Oh,
Hey friends, welcome to this week's episode of Dead Funny University. I am your host and fellow student Kelsey, and joining me for the 26th episode in our Zelda semester is our frequent teacher, our tenured professor, Chris Giles. How are you doing this evening, my dude?
doing good. Doing good.
I do have to tell you, I'm interrupting, but I do have to tell you,
Yeah.
everybody who doesn't know, I'm an accountant and I lead financial meetings for a living. And I was recently in leadership with the bulk of my company, and all of these people outrank me in a bunch of different ways, and I used the phrase "my dude" in the middle of one of those
My
meetings.
dude.
And I
There
said
you
it and
go.
then promptly was like, I should not have said that. I am so sorry. And on the plus side, all of them were super chill and they were like, no, it's fine. And I was talking to them approving things and they're like, can I put a comment on there saying, I approve, my dude? And I'm like, yes, you totally can, but you shouldn't. So
That's
just have to
fucking hilarious.
say, messed that up.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I wish you could see some of the meetings that I have with people who are way higher up than I am, and I got to, explain like numbers and stuff like that, being a sales rep for a living and potential prospects and everything. And they're all like, all right, well, whenever you're doing a good job at like these cold call leads, what are you doing? I was like, well, I just pick up the phone and be like, hey, look, you don't know this yet, but I'm kind of a big deal. All right? I'll do that stuff all the time where like somebody will be like, hey man, I saw that great sale. How'd you go about doing that? You want to share some of the help? And I'll shoot like that Ron Burgundy quote back out where I literally do like the whole gift and everything. He's like, I'm kind of a big deal. So I'll do that. I mean, oh my gosh, I had them laughing today because my last like 5 big wins and one that I'm working on now, it's like a $50,000 deal. Everybody I've talked to, their name is Jim. And I was like, Jim is power. Like Jim could be a fucking janitor. I guarantee you that dude runs the safety program. Like that's the guy. I was like, Jim is power. And so we were sitting there talking, and every time we get like on the phone, I've had like 2 bad guys, and there was someone else that had one as well called a Richard. And I was like, sometimes, because our whole motto is like, sometimes it takes like 8 connections to be able to reach, the power sponsor, the person you want to talk to.
Of course.
And it's like, so it takes 8 Richards to get to Jim, is what I was saying. And then my manager tried to catch me off guard. And he's like, well, what happens whenever they don't have a Jim? And I was like, that's when I tell him, look, I don't know what you guys are doing with your company, but y'all about to run out of money. You're going to be bankrupt.
You need a goddamn Jim.
Hire a Jim and have him call me whenever he's ready. And everybody started dying laughing.
I love that. I love everything about that.
Oh man, it was great. I was like, Jim is power. I don't know why, but Jim is like literally this deal I've been working on so hard. I kid you not, Kelsey. It's so mind-boggling. I am in a 4-way conversation, including myself, through emails with Jim, and Jim. All 3 of them run the entire safety program. We started out with a Richard, and then got to a Jim, who introduced me to his boss, who was Jim, who introduced me to his boss, who was Jim. So now I'm in a conversation with all 3 of them. At one point, I literally was like, I know these guys well enough, fuck it. And I was like, good morning, Jims. I hope everybody's doing okay today. Just start calling them the Jims. Fuck it.
That's amazing. So
it's fucking nuts.
Oh my god. I have so many questions, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there, and I will follow up with you when we are off camera, because we need to continue with Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Twilight Princess? Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, correct.
Yeah. I was very excited when we stopped recording, so continue.
So, leaving off from there, let's see. Last things we had done is we had knocked out the big battle with the ogre, got the kids back, and we were heading off to Death Mountain, as it's known in every Zelda game, which is where the Gorons are always located.
I'm sorry, are Gorons always located on Death Mountain?
Mm-hmm. The volcano in the mountain. It's always
all right,
Death Mountain.
I'm pretty sure you've probably told me this, and I just did not process this, but that's not great. The Gorons are so goddamn wonderful. Why do they live on freaking Death Mountain?
Well, because technically in the majority of the Zelda games, it's so hot you literally can't go there without like flame-resistant clothing. So to everybody else, they'll die. So they call it Death Mountain to scare people away. So that way nobody's coming up there trying to, be with them and die.
Hang on, so the chillest people in the whole Zelda universe live on Death Mountain because they're the ones who can be there without burning to death?
Correct, yes.
I love it.
I know, right? They're great.
I want to be a Goron.
So we made a promise that we would go and tackle Death Mountain, go up there, help the Gorons, and figure out what the hell is going on. So we move forward in our journey. When we were in our last episode, we talked about how we went up there and met a Goron. He rolled into a ball and knocked us the fuck off because, no humans were allowed. Well, that's the first person we run into again is this lovely fellow who, tells us no humans are allowed. I see that you're back. You can leave. Then proceeds to roll into a ball and come directly at us to hit us and knock us off the front of the mountain.
I'm sorry, I need to interrupt due to the stone nipples.
I knew you were going to bring it up. I knew you were going to
There's
fucking bring it up.
no way I can't.
Same wavelength. I love it. As soon as I was downloading the picture, I was like, I literally said it out loud. I was like, guarantee Kelsey comments on his nipples right away.
How do you not comment on those nipples? Like, I'm sorry. I would love to be the adult in the situation that's like, we're just going to move forward with this. Like, if he was standing in front of me, I wouldn't comment on his nipples. I would think thoughts about his nipples because I'm me. He would see the thoughts on my face about his nipples, but I wouldn't say it out loud. But because he is not in front of me, those nipples.
See, for me, it would be one of those things where I would make like sexual references, Be like, oh, look, somebody's a little turned on today, or something like that, Like,
is it cold?
Those kind of comments, yeah, is it cold? Anything like that, because to them, that's probably obviously not something that's normally said because they all have hard nipples. So it'd be funny because
literally rock hard nipples right there.
Yeah, literally, exactly. It's fucking great. I wonder if like somebody in the room was like designing it and they're like, oh, we should give them like rock nipples, and like, I mean, you got to think this is Nintendo. Japan. I wonder if that's actually like a phrase that's commonly used over there or not. I doubt it.
I'm gonna guess not.
Probably more Western. So, yeah.
But here's the thing. Look at that Goron's face. Because that Goron knows that rock nipples is a phrase in the West, and he's real proud of it. Like,
look at that fucking smile, son.
That guy's aware of his body, and he's aware that you're having a reaction to it. Whatever he thinks it's a good reaction, whether it is or not. But
it is right now.
He's aware, and he's like, if I stare at you long enough, you'll sleep with me. That's what that face is.
Purples he's got going on there.
Also, I would like to call out. There's something called a T-zone when you're putting on makeup, and it's the space like right over your forehead and then straight down your face. His is literally lined out for him.
Well, I think that's just the tribal paint. That's part of his tribal
paint.
I
think so, but damn that T-zone. Only girls are going to get that. If you get that and you're a girl, please just comment or subscribe or something. Help.
Something.
Because it's mostly guys that watch this, and I need one girl to be like, yeah, damn that T-zone. I need one. Just one.
Just one. So yeah.
Continue.
Back to his intentions, not, his personal body. But
damn.
Bam. He comes right at us. Doesn't understand that we now have iron boots. We grab him. We throw his ass to the side, and he goes flying off the mountain. It was great. Good times. He's not hurt. Don't worry about it.
He'll be fine. I'm fully confident of that.
Link survived it. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Then there's a whole bunch of traveling all the way up the mountain, and a whole bunch of more of people being like, hey, you should be up here, and rolling at you, and you grabbing them and throwing them, and then keep moving forward because that's what we can do. It's just so funny. I tried to find a picture, but I couldn't. But like after Link is done and he like throws them, he just has this pissed off look on his face. And it's so unlike Link. Like there's usually just no emotion ever because that's just how they made Link. He's just fucking, I guess, stoic. I don't know. That's the fucking word I'm looking for here.
That is the word.
Or emotionless, whatever. But yeah, it's just fucking just nothing. And then when he throws him, he's just like, I'm just like, dude, calm down, bro. It'll be all right. Anyways, so we make it all the way up to the Goron throne room. We walk inside. We see this gigantic wooden circle in the middle of the floor. We see 2 Goron guards in the back by a door, and then 3 Gorons on each side of the wooden floor. They all turn into spinning balls and come flying right at us, except for the 2 in the back. All of a sudden, we hear a loud yell, enough, and this guy comes walking through. And that is Gore Koron. I know, really stretching for the name here. Anyways, so Gore Koron in his old saggy rock hard nipples. Yeah.
Same stare though. Same I
know, right? I'm telling you, it's the purples. It's the baby purples. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
And the distinct lack of eyebrows. Like, eyebrows tell
That
you a
too.
lot about
That's
what's
fair.
going on. Like, are they quizzical? Are they serious? Are they surprised? And the lack of eyebrows just gives them a very, like, we're focused kind of look. Like, I have rock nipples and I'm staring at you. Like, damn.
Well, see, to me, it's
Hi.
like if you just look at his head and you take the fact that obviously he has no eyebrows, I feel like his head looks like a fucking fish that's just on a
Yes.
Goron's body.
Yes, it
You know what I
does.
mean? Yeah, especially with like this going on and the fucking like here's the fins. Like it's a fucking fish. It's like that fat, ugly, like face looking fish that people put around that's fake. That meme fish
Yes.
or whatever it
I
is.
know
Yeah, that's what
exactly
that
what you're
reminds me
talking
of.
about.
Yeah.
And I would
Yeah,
like to
see.
point out my irrational thought of the day. I put my hand up over my screen to look at just the head the way that you recommended, and my hands got very concerned that I was going to feel a rock nipple. And I realized that's not going to happen. But my hand was just like, oh, please, please no. Let's not. With this man, let's not.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. I love it. It's great. Anyways, so he comes out, says enough. What has this human done in order for, or no, what has this human done that's so little? Because you know they always call you little. That or who is so little that it takes 6 of you to gang up on. And so then basically he starts talking to Link and tells Link what's going on. So there's like fucking rocks being shot out of this mountain like crazy, and it's just raining down all over fucking Death Mountain. It's causing a lot of Gorons to stay inside. It hurt a lot of Gorons and injured them like early on, so on and so forth. And he then goes to tell you why. So there was an ancient treasure left in this mountain for safekeeping, obviously, because there always is. And it's being guarded by the 4 elders, the chosen warrior, and the leader of the clan. So there's 4 elders, a leader, and a warrior who are guarding this relic.
6 people.
The leader was checking on it, and it turned him mad to where he started destroying everything around him, and that is what is causing the eruption and everything else. It's also started to spawn shadow monsters and stuff in there as well.
Well,
Hint, hint.
shit.
Well, shit, indeed. So, in order for him to let you go through the mines, you have to prove yourself, so you're not just going to go in there and die. Hence, why we learned how to sumo. Yes, we get to sumo.
We get to sumo old
saggy
rock
tits.
nipples. Yes!
Exactly. Yes. So we sumo his ass
He's got
out of the
teeth.
ring.
Look at
Yeah,
that
he
picture.
does.
He has teeth. I'm so uncomfortable with a fish face having that, like, very human
I know,
teeth.
right?
Yo. Yeah.
So weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. And that's what's like the weirdest thing for me. Like, quick little sidetrack is my daughter's 2 bottom teeth have come in now. And it's so weird looking at her because I'm so used to her not having teeth. And then, like, I look at her and she's just looking at me. And then she goes to crack the wide mouth smile. I'm just like, oh, I'm so not used to you having teeth yet. Take some time. Take some time. But anyways.
Cute.
So we throw his ass out and onto the mines we go. He says that he thinks that we're going to be able to do it. Please go in and help. That there will be some people to talk to once we get in there that will kind of help point us in the right direction. Brilliant. So the bodyguards move out of the way and onto the mines we go. Whole bunch of different puzzles because hashtag it's a Zelda game and there's always puzzles. So we move through the mines. Interesting little side notes point out here, trivia wise, if you will. I think this is the first time, not sure if it's the last time, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time that the iron boots have ever been used specifically for the fire temples. The iron boots were always used for the water temples in the past. Oh. So specifically used for the fire temples, this is new, which is pretty interesting. So yeah. So basically there's like a lot of like magnetic rocks. So then you can flip on the iron boots to be able to walk up the walls or walk on the ceiling and be able to get around and do what you got to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's more than used for just sumo. That is facts. Anyways, so we kind of move through, get through some enemies, kind of get a little deeper, see that there are some boblins and shit like that are spawning there that we, can dispatch of and take care of, so that way the Gorons don't have to worry about them. And then we get into a room where we meet Gor Amato. I like this one. He's got like little volcanoes on
He
it.
has multiple volcanoes. I love him. And
I figured he would be your favorite.
He's got a
Beard.
weird chin thing. Like
That's his beard. The rock beard.
It's a stalagmite. Let's be real. Stalactite. Stalagmite,
Sure.
stalactite.
I'll go with you
there we
on
go.
that one.
It's great.
He's awesome.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And look at
awesome.
those. I'd like to point out,
volcanoes.
he has eyebrows, which makes him look less like stare at my
does.
nipples. Like less of that. I just did that to the internet. I should not have done that to the internet. Continue.
Anyway.
Whoops.
That's fucking funny.
Oh God.
So we run into him, and he gives us a piece of a key, and then tells us that basically there is two more pieces, obviously, each with an elder, and as we get with them, they'll give us the key, and then we can move past and go help the leader. So we move past him, once again, kind of the same whole bit, run through a whole bunch of people to fight, puzzles to solve, and we end up running into the second elder, this lovely fellow called Gore Ibizo.
Less cute.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
Less
a lot
cute.
older. His little smoking pipe there. Yeah, but he's a little bit more useful than the first one. Not only does he give us a fragment of the key, which we need, but he also tells us that there's this other door that we can take that will lead us to the chosen warrior, who he is actually guarding a weapon from a hero from the past. You know who they're talking about. Anyways, so
Can't imagine.
I know, right? So we decided to go through that door so that way we can get the weapon, because believe me, folks, you need it in order to do what you're going to do to the boss. So flipping over to the next door, we go through and we see this chosen warrior, Dan Goro. I can't remember how they pronounced it.
His face looks like an onion.
Actors. Yeah, that's fair. Same thing I thought when I saw him too. I was like, fucking Onion Knight. Let's go, dude. So, yeah. But anyways, you can see he's got a whole bunch of fucking metal armor things all bolted into his rock body and is ready to kick some ass. So he comes in there, no questions asked, immediately starts fighting you. Basically, all you have to do is wait for him to go to roll into you, grab him, throw him into the lava. It burns his butt, knocks him in the air, does that 3 times, jumps back up, and you do it again until, you do it the 3rd time, and then boom, done.
Tell me he survives lava, because this paraplegic does not deserve that.
Yes. So whenever he comes back up, his helmet falls off, and then he's like, oh wow, that hurt. I guess you are the chosen one. You can go and retrieve the weapon. Please help the leader. And the weapon, which everybody loves when they finally get this weapon in every game, is the hero bow. That's right, our bow and arrow. Finally, we have a better ranged weapon than the fucking boomerang. So,
have we given a shit about the hero bow in previous games?
So basically, it's the same. You get the same weapons in every game. It's literally every single game. It's just before you get the bow, they always give you a boomerang, and the boomerang is always terrible. So by the time you get the bow, you're like, all right, cool. Now we have like a real fucking weapon that can do distance.
So Master Sword, Hero Bow, those are the 2 big things.
Master Sword, Hero Bow, Hylian Shield, bombs, and that's pretty much all that people honestly really care about.
Okay.
So yeah. So we get the bow, and now we are on to our 4th and last elder. Onto this lovely fellow, Gorligs.
Gorligs might actually be a tree.
Yeah, right? He's got all kinds of tribal paint on him. Definitely on the older side. Pretty cool guy. He gives you the last and final fragment that you need in order to be able to move forward and help the leader. So now we got to backtrack all the way to the front, because that's normally where the boss doors are always at, which freaking sucks. But you backtrack all the way back up to the front, get to the boss door. We use the key parts to open up, and inside we see Furus. Here is Mr. Furus and what he looks like.
He kind of looks cool, to be real.
This is their leader.
Whose leader?
The Goron's leader. And they have him chained up because he's going fucking crazy and locked away in this room.
Ah, got it. I was like, the Gorons are defined by their level of chill, and this guy is distinctly unchill.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that second picture is to give you a reference of how big he is compared to Link.
Holy nuts!
Here's a cool artwork piece I found of Link fighting him. And then a really cool fucking artwork piece that I found of him and Midna fighting him.
Midna's interesting.
Right?
This is the least cool version of him I've seen, of the multiple that you've shown me now.
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
It doesn't... yeah.
My eyes were more drawn to those fucking calves on Link, son. Goddamn gazelle legs right there. Woo!
I mean, the calves are nice, the thighs are... damn.
Thighs are nice. Yes. Scrawny arms. But everything else...
he doesn't skip leg day.
Exactly. Doesn't skip leg day. Let's go. Anyways, so... in order to fight and beat him, there is a gem in the middle of his forehead that is working as its own eyeball. So he's actually blind in this form. He can't actually see.
Oh.
That eye is actually what's taking over his vision in the gem. So you need to pull out your bow, which you just got, shoot that, and then run around, put on your iron boots, and grab the chains that are on his feet and pull those to pull his feet out from underneath him. To make him fall down, hit his head on the concrete, run up, attack the stone a couple times, then he'll get up and then, rinse and repeat until he's gone. He drops yet another fused shadow piece for us because we love those and we need those. So there's our second fused shadow piece, which cool. Minda jumps out and grabs right away. And then he also drops us a heart container, which we love those as well because that gives us more health.
That helps us and not Midna.
Exactly. And then Midna says, I will tell you a pretty interesting story since you've been, compliant so far. So she doesn't really tell us the story. Right, I know. So she doesn't really tell us the story. She basically tells us that there is a guy named Zant, who we've already seen. And he is trying to become the king of the Twilight. She says he will never be my king. He's he's a cruel person. Although I wouldn't ever see myself bowing to your Princess Zelda either.
She Midna,
says,
get in fucking line, because we are all bowing to Zelda. I will bow to Zelda. Let's goddamn go.
She says she's too young and careless for her role. And then I'll give her this. She does backtrack and go, but to be fair, it's not like she asked for where she's at now.
She doesn't have control over her age. She's doing her goddamn best. And careless? Bitch, please. I'm sorry, what?
Yep, exactly. That's Midna for you. She's all about the insults. It's great.
Midna can fuck off. Continue.
So then she makes the portal for us to leave, but as we see, Fierce starts to look like he's shrinking, and he does shrink back into the actual leader of the Gorons, Mr. Darbus. That is the actual leader of the Gorons.
I was going to say I loved him, and then I realized just the incredible black knot package that he's got, and I was like, I can't say that, like, big on boy. The internet. He's...
big boy!
Also, his hair is too much. It
reminds me of, like, those old school Commando games where they always had the dude with, like, the kind of the white, the flat top white hair back.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
I'm pleased he exists in the world. I do not want to bang him. I'll just put it that way.
I don't think you bang him. I think he bangs you. I think.
No, I don't. There's no way. There's no way all of a sudden he gets like sensitive about it. Like, nah. I'm out. I'm tapping out. You can take this one. I'm not gonna.
That's fine. I'll be his lover boy. So I do like the little curls he has coming down the side. It reminds me of like those
wigs for the Yes.
I was like, that doesn't mix, dude. They should have left that off.
Oh my god.
So many mixed signals.
Oh, well, like those wigs didn't look good on the people who wore them either. Like, let's be real, those were not hot wigs. They were hot wigs, they were not hot wigs.
Don't they still wear them?
Only in certain places and only for certain events. And in general, as time has gone on, people have gotten more like, this is grody, this is filled with bugs, I'm not putting it on my head.
Yeah.
I am
fair.
better at my job if I don't put this on my head.
There you go. I would not wear that thing. I'm like, no, I'm good, fam.
Yeah, nah.
I'll go work at a gas station or something, I guess. Fuck it. Anyways, so we save him. Unfortunately, he doesn't really say anything to us besides my head hurts and I can't remember what happened. So we jump through Minda's portal. She brings us back to the fountain that is over there by the mountain where we saw the other light guardian. And he tells us that the one that we seek is at our next destination.
Great.
Some people might not know what that means. If you're playing the game and you kept track the entire time, maybe you'll guess it, but the little boy tells us right afterwards. Anyway, so we look to the kids, and the little blonde boy comes running up. He kind of trips, falls. Link goes over there, helps pick him up, and he tells Link that he needs to go and find Ilya.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a little girl, isn't it?
Yep. Well,
yeah.
She's the same age as Link. The little girl.
Oh God!
Was
so
Ilya's
gonna be like down
like
for Link.
Yeah, she's the Saria of the story.
Great.
Basically.
Fabulous,
yeah.
Brilliant.
So you got to go find her.
Let's have more girls obsessed with guys that have no personality. And the guy that has no personality is totally unaware of it. Like, what do you mean you're in love with me? Yeah, great. Fabulous.
It's pretty great. Good old Link. But, so, he says, basically, he told Link a long time ago that he wanted to grow up and be just like Link, and he's going to try to start doing that from this moment forward, so he doesn't need to worry about him or the other people. He's got it covered, that he needs to go focus on the people that actually need him right now. And then, of course, you can take that with a grain of salt because the kid's a fucking kid. But then the village elder walks up and is like, don't worry about it. I'll make sure the kids are safe. You go, take care of what you got to take care of. You got more important shit to do.
There we go.
So, yeah,
let's put an adult in charge of this. Like, kids should not be in charge of this. Adults should be in charge of this.
I would love to see like a different world where like there was no elder there. The kid's like, don't worry about this, Link. I got it. And Link's like, okay. Just fucking off to go.
Which is a great narrative for kids, because kids are often like, oh yeah, no, I can totally take charge. And adults are like, you fucking can't, because kids understand this much about the whole world, as they should. Like, that's how that's supposed to work. You learn more about the world as you get older, but yeah, no.
Exactly. So then we set off for our next adventure, which we'll cover on the next episode. But before we go, I wanted to show you something, because I'm interested in what.
Is this going to be something that's going to make me sad? Because the last time you said that, it was something that made me sad.
So we have a picture of Minda.
Is she building her crown so that way she's got a whole fuck ton of power, and then we have to fight her, and we're secretly fighting the bad guy? We're creating the bad guy in this scenario?
Maybe.
Did I just get the whole plot and you just don't want to tell me?
Maybe. But not where I was going with that. Does anything on that mask specifically look familiar to you? Like anything at all?
I mean,
it's okay if it doesn't. It's completely fine if it does not.
There are worms vomiting fire. There are worms coming out of portals. That eyeball looks a lot like Majura's mask eyeball. Like, what are you getting at?
I'm glad you said that. No connection here besides the fact of speculation. But this is one of like the biggest things of where like a lot of people thought that they were trying to say like this would be like where Majura actually went after the effect. Like he actually didn't die there. Majura didn't die. So once again, has zero to do with the whole theory. I'll keep it at that theory that you just threw out there. This is literally all fan speculation. But I saw this picture today, and that was actually the first time I had put it together. I'd heard of it before, but I didn't know where they were pulling it from. And then seeing that, like, yeah, that eye is extremely fucking close.
It's suggestive as hell, yeah.
So yeah, thought I'd leave off with that one.
I got
Yeah.
weird feelies in my stomach about that. I'm not a fan. I'm still pissed that Skull Kid doesn't have a name beyond Skull Kid. I will be mad about that on my deathbed. Like, I am pissed and will continue to be.
Does it make you feel better that we see him in multiple games afterwards?
Does he get a name?
No.
Then no.
He's still
No, it doesn't. He was tortured and he was brutalized, and he went from being a sweet creature to being like the epitome of evil for a game, and then was like managed to keep pieces of himself together enough that he was still able to be kind and generous. At least that I'm assuming so based on the image that he scrawled into the log. Like, there was still enough kindness in him, and kindness is hard to hold on to when you have been brutalized, and he was brutalized against his will and managed to maintain a semblance of kindness, and we're just gonna call him Skull Kid. That can fuck off. I will be eternally mad about that forever. I will be mad about this for the rest of my life. You want me to be pissed? Mention Skull Kid. Here's the thing. I'm gonna take a 2-minute rant on this.
Go ahead.
You know how actors are often like they receive awards and things like that, and they're said, oh yeah, well, they can cry on cue. I think about my spouse dying, I can cry on fucking cue. Like, I just think about him dying, and I am a tearful mess. Oh, well, they can get mad just at the drop of a hat. It's amazing. I think about Skull Kid, I'm mad at the drop of a hat. Done. Like, I don't understand why this is considered an amazing skill, because I can do it, and either I'm unique or nobody else is thinking about these emotional things the way I am. Like, think about your significant other genuinely dying. Think about having to give that speech at their wedding. If you're not sad, you may need to seek marital counseling, because you should probably be sad about that.
That's fair.
If you cannot, like, if you can hear about Skull Kid and not be pissed off, think about it again. Think about it until you're as mad as I am. I am genuinely mad about that.
I can fucking tell. Absolutely, I can tell. Well, I will say this. There was one more thing, which I just remembered because I forgot to show you at the first temple. Or if I talk about the first temple. But
these fucking tit birds. What's up with the goddamn tit birds?
So, it's a she. And literally all she does is teleport you out of dungeons. That's it. You find her by accident in dungeons by breaking pots or whatever. And then she goes in your inventory, and if you want to teleport easily out of the dungeon before you're done with it, she'll do it for you. That's it.
Do you break her against a wall?
It would be great, but no, I don't think that's how that happens.
I'm gonna see that freaking... I've got to scroll away. I'm gonna see that goddamn face in my nightmares. I don't like tit bird. There are plenty of tits I like, and to be clear, I am talking about birds that are called tits, because there are an epic fuck ton of them. Don't like that one. God. That one can fuck off.
Well, that's just rude. That's just rude, Kelsey.
I'm glad she's useful, because I hate her. Not a fan. Do you have anything else you want to tell me before I end this garbage fire of me being a hostile human being episode?
Man. No, you're good. You got it.
All right. That rage-induced rant saga is gonna do it for our 26th class on Zelda.
Fuck.
I was a monster. You were great. I was a monster in this episode. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And for the love of God, comment what you liked about it. Because if you enjoy me being angry, let me know, and I can bring that up a little bit more often. Because I'll just think about Skull Kid and rant about something. I'm so mad. But please turn on the notifications so you know when to come to class. I hate those tit birds. Those can fuck off as well. Come and interact with us in the comments. If you love the tit birds, please explain why. If you don't know why I'm calling it a tit bird, you're probably too young, and get back to it when you're older. And below we have Twitch links, Twitter links, and a merch link if you want to come and hang out with us on any of those things. The merch link isn't actually going to help you hang out with us, but it will help you if we see you in person, because we're going to lose our goddamn minds that we've seen somebody wearing our merch.
Necessarily. If you buy a shirt and you have a Twitter, there's a Dead Funny Twitter account, and it's in the description below. Feel free to add that with a selfie of you wearing the shirt, and we'll go fucking crazy.
I will lose my
So
shit. That will
there
be
you go.
amazing. I will be so goddamn happy. But we will see you in the next episode of Dead Funny University. Bye, friends.